gotta get my luck.
The Godfather 1. Larry intro. Abigail Van Buren has been giving advice to millions of readers for years. Now our own Godfather comes onto the scene with his opinions that will better your lives. Let's welcome your friend and mine, the Godfather. Kiss the Ring 1. Larry Joey Santini wants to know why is every woman he meets a little crazy? Godfather, here's all you have to know about men and women. Women are crazy, men are stupid. And the main reason women are crazy is that men are stupid. 2. Larry Alicia Panini asks, why do people say I slept like a baby when babies wake up 10 times every hour? Godfather, good question. I'm still trying to figure out why kamikaze pilots wore helmets. 3. Larry Nino Mongino says my wife does not trust me doing anything. Godfather, you think that's bad? My wife wanted to see my paycheck go farther, so she took it to Paris. 4. Larry Jimmy Oliva says his wife has gone nutso. She's got our 2 dogs fixed, our cats fixed, and now she wants me to get a vasectomy. Godfather, you think that bad? My wife got our goldfish fixed. Larry Santini Ferraro sent this question. Do you trust psychiatrists? Godfather, not really. The last time I went to the shrink, I told him I can't stop believing I'm a dog. He asked me how long has this been going on. I told him since I was a puppy. Godfather 2. Larry intro. In this wild and crazy world we live in, every day's a challenge. We are in the presence of a man that has a handle on life, liberty, and lots of other things. Let's welcome our guru of advice, the son of an Italian immigrant, Tony the Godfather di Girlando. 1. Larry Maria Belcasa says I wear a bikini that covers only 10% of my body. Why do men always look at the 10% rather than the rest of my 90%? Godfather, you think that's bad? A peeping Tom called my wife and asked her to lower the shade. 2. Larry Albert Sienna writes, my wife hates it when I mention she looks a little heavy. Godfather, I just read a study that found women who carry a little extra weight live longer than men who mention it. 3. Larry Danny Pastorini wants to know how he can be more like his wife. Godfather Danny, the next time you go to bed, tell her you have a headache. 4. Larry Josie Ferrara writes, when I went to Catholic grade school, one nun taught me how to be nice to people. Her name was Sister Mary Mother Teresa. Godfather, funny. When I went to Catholic grade school, I had a nun that was 6'3" and whacked me with a 3-foot ruler anytime I caused trouble in class. Her name was Sister Mary King Kong. 5. Larry Joe Palermo from Lincoln Heights asks an interesting question. Does the Godfather know what Dolly Parton's zip code is? Godfather, Dolly Parton's zip code? Just a guess, 422436. Godfather 3. Larry into the time has come when the bolognese sauce meets the spaghetti, when clams visit the linguine, and when cheese and pepperoni get married to create a delicious pizza. The Godfather marinates his opinions with commentary, and helps thousands with his profound advice. Let's welcome our next guest, Tony the Godfather di Girlando. 1. Larry Mickey Comfort'll want to know how mountains are named. Godfather, well, let's see. Mount Everest was named after surveyor George Everest. Mount Etna was named after a Greek god Etna. Mount Vesuvius was named after a guy named Hercules. And I believe Mount Baldy was named after Telly Savalas. 2. Larry Gary Graziano asks, I do my taxes every year, and every year I pay more. I guess the richer get richer and the poorer get poorer. Name one guy that's richer after April 15th. Godfather H. R. Block. 3. Larry Jamie the Pizza Man Geraldo says he and his bowling team take lots of legal medical marijuana before they have a match. He's searching for a name for his bowling team. Godfather, try the High Rollers. 4. Larry Andy Federico says he eats plenty of healthy foods. His wife last week made him a pot roast using Hamburger Helper. Now he's in a state of constipation. Andy says, what should I do? Godfather, if I were you, Andy, I would head out to Home Depot and buy a gallon of Plumber's Helper. 5. Larry Sebastian Loriano writes, my wife likes to sleep on a very soft mattress. It's one of those mattresses that you dial and I can't sleep. Her number works, my doesn't. What's your advice? Godfather, I tried those fancy number mattresses, the ones with a memory. Now it's trying to blackmail me. Godfather 4. Larry Capellotto intro. We have the privilege of visiting with our favorite Italian, Tony the Godfather, di Gerlando. He's here to answer your questions about life, liberty and the pursuit of a great cannoli. 1. Larry Janie Abat from Springfield says, I have a hard time saying no. When my boyfriend says he wants to go out with the boys and comes home with lipstick on his color, should I be upset? Am I giving him too much freedom? Godfather no Janie, your boyfriend seems to be living an interesting life. Could you please email his address? I would like to find out if he needs any help with the ladies, if you know what I mean. 2. Larry Joey Vivalacaqua from South Chicago reports, Godfather, I'm the president of the South Side chapter of Windy City Pole Dancers. We want to ban customers that tip our dancers with nickels and dimes, instead of cold hard cash. What do you suggest we do? Godfather, I'm thinking of a visual of this request. I'm not doing anything tonight. Call our producer and I'll head over to your club and give you some ideas. 3. Larry Nettie La Ferrara from Lake Forest. I like rice. Rice is great when you're hungry, when you want to eat 2,000 of something. Godfather, rice is good for you. My dad proved it. He ate 2 large bowls of rice a day and lived to be 103. I was at the cremation. His body looked like a box of Rice Krispies. It went snap, crackle and pop. 4. Larry Jenny Ambrose asks, why are some men so uncouth? Godfather, we men do our own thing, Jenny. For instance, I always wondered why women see me naked for the first time they scream and run out of the park. 5. Larry Tina Signorelli wants to know who came up with the saying, when it rains it pours. Godfather, I don't know, but when it does rain, what catches my eye are very short people with umbrellas. Godfather 5. Larry intro. The world has no greater advisor for the little man than our friend and confidant Tony the Godfather di Gerlando. Let's have a big wise guys cooking welcome for the Godfather. Larry, let's begin with Michael Lampera from North Chicago. Godfather, I'm 42 years old. They say that 1 out of 3 Italian men see their mother every day. I think I'm the one of those men. Godfather, join the crowd. I see my mother at least 5 times a week. How else would I get my shirts ironed, get my underwear pressed? And who else would make me a month's supply of bolognese sauce? 2. Larry Ami Masano, my boyfriend Mario phones his mother at least 5 times a day. Especially if there is an important decision to make. Why doesn't he trust my judgment? Godfather, let's face it. Italians have a growing number of mommy's boys. I conducted a survey and found that 7 out of 10 unmarried men under 35 live with their parents. The other 3% have slit their wrists. 3. Larry Patty D'Amico says, my husband and I live with his parents. I guess that is an old Italian tradition. But I'm going crazy, dealing with my mother and father-in-law. My husband caters to them hand and foot. That's not what I signed up for. Godfather, come on Patty, make the best of a touchy situation. Learn how to make raviolis, bake bread, lasagna, make love not war. In my case, my mother-in-law is from the old school. She doesn't shave under her arms. And her legs are so hairy, her knees have bangs. 4. Larry Mark Madero says he spends maybe 15 minutes a day with his father and more than 3 hours a day with his mother. Is there something wrong with him? Godfather, that's a big problem. Your future wife will be in competition with your mother. My advice is be your own man. I learned one thing when I got married, there's only one way to handle a woman, but nobody knows what it is. 5. Larry Nino Ranella says, I believe in living my life like that Doris Day song, Que sera sera, whatever will be will be. Godfather, what do you believe? Godfather, I believe that if life gives you lemons, you should make lemonade. And try to find somebody who's got vodka, and have a party. Godfather 6. Larry intro, known on the internet as the author of The Last Dance in Naples. And many other books made for future adapting for the big screen, although stout and full of large ideas, we welcome once again, Italian philosopher and student of the famous Roman poet, Giovanni Mostasciali. Let's welcome. 1. Larry Jamie Giardello complains about his wife. Godfather, my wife is a backseat driver, but she sits in the passenger seat consistently smacking her lips about the way I drive. Godfather, her lips could get dry from all the chirping. Try giving her a glue stick instead of chapstick. 2. Larry, Anna Marie from Skokie wants to know, why does everyone believe in climate change? Godfather, well, Anna Marie, 70% of our planet is covered in water, the other 30% is covered in idiots. 3. Larry, Sally Salta says her doctor wants her to lose weight. If you were my doctors, what advice would you give me? Godfather, advice, I would tell you to stop eating, fatty. 4. Larry, Jimmy Loverboy Mancini, does every man need a mistress? Godfather, Jimmy, God made man, God made women, and when God found out that men loved more than one woman, he invented message parlors. 5. Larry, Betty Delaforte, my husband and I are thinking of getting a divorce. My husband's a lousy lover, what's your advice? Godfather, to be honest, if it weren't for divorce, where would dating sites get their clients? Godfather, 7. Larry, intro, I'd like to introduce a man with a lot of charm, talent, and wit. A man that can look into the future and forget about the mistakes of the past. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here tonight, so instead I would like to introduce my friend and yours who edited my introduction and eliminated the words His Excellency, Tony the Godfather Di Gerlando. Godfather, thank you, Larry. A good introduction, like a woman's skirt, should be long enough to cover the subject and short enough to create interest. I am delighted to be here and share my words of wisdom with your audience. 1. Larry, well, Godfather, let's get started. Vito from southern Wisconsin says, Godfather, I don't know if there's a cure, but I keep stealing things, what should I do? Godfather, send me your information and I will send you Vito Five Fingers Colucci's book, Taking Shoplifting to the Next Level. Read it, and if that doesn't do the trick, when you get the urge, get me a color TV set. 2. Larry, I'm tired of criminals getting away with murder. It takes the courts years to bring bad people to justice. Do you have any ideas, Godfather? Godfather, you know, in my hometown they're speeding up the justice system with an express line for criminals charged with shoplifting 10 items or less. 3. Larry, Jimmy Lazzarini says, Godfather, I can't stand it any longer, every time I open the mail it's another bill, I can't make enough money to support myself. Godfather, I know how you feel, why ask folks to live within their income when they can't live within their credit? 4. Larry, Vito Costelli writes, this global warming, climate change talk has me totally confused. What say you, Godfather? Godfather, Vito, my friend, years ago everybody thought the world was flat. Then they decided it was round. Today we all know and crooked. 5. Larry, Jerry Colongello is very concerned about his health. Godfather, I'm in my early 20s. My girlfriend says some of the food I eat before we get married will ruin me for the rest of my life. Godfather, what is the most dangerous food you can eat? Godfather, Jerry, that's an easy one, take it from me, the most dangerous food to eat is wedding cake. Godfather, 8. Larry, our trust in mankind has reached new heights. Proving to his loyal fans that truth will always prevail, once again we put out faith in Tony the Godfather Di Gerlando. Godfather, welcome back to Wise Guys Cooking. 1. Larry, Claudia Rizzo asks, Godfather, I can't afford to go to a doctor's these days. It's too expensive. How much did it cost for you to see your doctor? Godfather, you know, I went to the doctor the other day, he said I'll examine you for $20. I said okay doc, if you can find it, you can have it. 2. Larry, Ronnie Ricotta seems very upset. Godfather, when I get a doctor's exam, the doctor wants me to give him a urine sample, a semen sample, a blood sample and a stool sample. What's up with that? Godfather, Ronnie, just do what my 90-year-old grandpa Louis did, he told the doctor he was in a hurry, can I just leave my underwear? 3. Larry. We have a lot of doctor questions today. Mikey Arnone says his doctor told him he had an irregular heartbeat just by checking my wrist. Godfather, that's funny, my doctor checked my heart rate and said my pulse was as regular as clockwork. I said, Doc, that's because you have your hand on my watch. 4. Larry, Johnny Russo complains that his wife has trouble boiling water. What do you think of that? Godfather, you think that's bad, in my house my wife thinks the toast is done, it sends out smoke signals. 5. Larry Sonny Verdugo is fed up with drugs. I take white pills for heart medication, pink pills for high blood pressure, yellow pills for headaches and blue pills for other types of pleasure. Godfather, you're hooked. A lady friend of mine confused her Valium with her birth control pills. She now has 14 kids, and doesn't really care. 6. Larry Jerry Stallone is consoned. I try to be romantic with my wife, but she's always has a headache. Help. Godfather, in all my years of marriage I've never stopped being romantic. My wife finds out she'll kill me. 9. Godfather. Larry, we were worried that Tony the Godfather DiGirlando couldn't make it today. But fortunately for us, the witness in the prosecutor's case went missing and all charges were dropped. With no further ado, here is the man of the hour. The Godfather. Godfather, after that stellar introduction I can't wait to hear what I'm going to say. 1. Larry Sammy Nicoli says, Godfather, I'm a germ freak. Everywhere I go I either wear a mask or cover my face with a scarf. What about you? Godfather, I'm the same way about eating out. I went to a restaurant the other night. When brought my steak to the table, he stuck his thumb in it. I told him that was very unhygienic. The waiter said it'll be more unhygienic if I drop it on the floor again.